So today is my day off work. I'm also off tomorrow, so win. And we are walking up to the opticians today. I had an appointment there about a month ago, I think now, where I just wanted to check everything that I was all good and set up getting my contact lenses from them. And this appointment is, they said my sight was all fine, I didn't need to change my prescription at all. But because the contact lenses I wore in the UK were just kind of, she was like, what brand? And I'm like, I don't know, they were just Specsavers. I don't think they were a brand, they were just there. So and because she didn't know, she wanted to see how they fit in my eyes, which is what today is about. She's ordered some in. Obviously they take some time to order in because I is so blind, and we're gonna test out and see what they look like. So as we are walking up there, it does take about sort of 25 to 30 minutes. It's kind of through town and out the other side. I thought I'd catch you up on a couple of things that have happened or not happened. So number one, I have received my Ontario driving license in the post, or mail if you prefer. Yeah, so that came from me going down to that drive test centre and applying, and they took my UK license away and issued me with a temporary paper license, which was fine. I did have a moment the other day when, just before I received the official card license, I went to one of the supermarkets and bought some beer, and I thought, because I normally just have my driving license in my purse, because why wouldn't you? I thought, oh, if he IDs me, I've got no ID right now, because I don't tend to carry the temporary license with me while I'm not driving. Doesn't make any sense to me. He didn't ID me, which I suppose was a good thing, but also a bad thing. And yeah, I now have my actual license, which is great. That's a step further in the whole adjusting and getting all my Canadian documents, if you want. The car situation. So I did go the other week and look round car places. I didn't film any of it because I thought I would leave it and make it a nice surprise and be like, oh look, I've got a car, isn't it amazing? But it hasn't really worked out that way right now. So my good friend Sam, hi Sam, I know you're watching, and Jordan's probably watching as well, and Marty. But my friend Sam took me around all of the dealerships in town, which, because they're right on the outskirts of town, it's tricky to get to without a car. You kind of need a car to go and buy a car. It's one of those things. And we went around basically everywhere. We probably visited about 10 dealerships, all the different brands, Ford, Honda, Hyundai, Toyota, like everywhere. And there was sort of 2 or 3 that stood out for me because I was looking at doing the lease thing, which I did in the UK, which, if you're not familiar, you get a brand new car sort of on finance, where you have it for a set term, set number of years, and then after the number of years has passed, they bring you up and go, hey, do you want a new car? And you go, yes please. And then you never own the car, you're always paying. But it really worked for me in the UK. And I've been told here that used cars are really expensive, and due to the fact that they don't have like a yearly safety test like we do in the UK, like you need to pass a test for your car to be legally able to drive on the road. So you're not allowed on the road without it. That just doesn't exist here, which is fine. But then if I buy a used car, like I don't know anything about cars. I don't have any real mechanic friends close by that would go, yeah, that's good. Like, I don't know, no idea. So I was gonna get a lease, get a brand new car and not have to worry about any of this. Now, as I said, leasing is like finance. So they had to do a credit check, which is fine. Had them plenty of times before in the UK. Used to have a mortgage before, I've done the car lease before, as I've said. But that all doesn't exist here. So it's basically a brand new credit check. And I have no credit here in Canada. I don't yet have a credit card. Apart from paying my phone bill every month, I actually don't pay any of the bills because John was here first. He pays technically the rent to the landlord. He pays all the utility bills. And my name isn't really there. The bets on this place on a vinegar bottle. I feel like it's a no. Downstairs. Also, don't judge me, but I went into the Scottish shop and I bought a can of Iron Brew because it's warm and I'm walking 30 minutes and it tastes like Edinburgh. So the dealer I was going to go with was Subaru because their cars will have all-wheel drive, which for me will be beneficial for driving here in winter, which I'm not used to. And I did test drive the car, I really liked it. Thought it was a fairly good price for what I was getting. There was some dealerships that were cheaper, but they weren't all-wheel drive cars. I just didn't really like the car they were offering. So I sat and had a talk with the sales manager or whoever in the office. And one, the fact I'm on only a 2-year visa restricts my leasing term. I can't lease a car for 4 years because potentially I might not be here in 4 years, in their eyes. Obviously my plan is to stay, but they can't guarantee that. So it had to be a 2-year lease. Then they were sort of saying that maybe John would have to come on the application. I then mentioned that he hasn't got a driving license, to which they said, oh, well, he can't then, kind of thing. So she said, leave it with me. And I didn't hear anything for a week. I thought, oh, it must be going through, etc. They rang me last week and said they wanted to see proof of my pay, employment pay, which is fine. I sent them that. They also wanted John's information because they wanted him to go on as a co-signer, which is like a guarantor type thing. I explained to him over the phone that he doesn't have a driving license, and that was a problem when we were in the dealership apparently. She said, no, it doesn't matter, we'll put him on anyway. I was like, oh, okay, cool. They also said they wanted more money as like down on the car, like not a deposit, but like upfront. So in the dealership I said I would do $2,000 down. On the phone they were talking about 10, which is a lot of money for a car I'm only going to have for 2 years. So she said, well, don't worry about the money right now. She said, I'll send it off with the pay information and John's information and we'll see what happens. And still waiting for her to get back to me. So obviously it goes off to some finance company somewhere. So, however, if they say they still want a lot of money down, like even 5 might be too much, you know? I was kind of fine with 2. Also, the car's going to take like 8 weeks to get here because they haven't even built it yet. Because there's been strikes and problems getting new cars and all this kind of stuff. So I may tell them politely to shove it. I have given them $500 deposit. I may ask for that back. And I may just go and buy a used car outright, just for the sake of having a car. Because when we get to winter, I'm not going to be doing this. But we're now here at the eye care place, so I'm going to go inside and get my contact lenses sorted. Whoop, whoop. So I'm really blind. I can't see very well, even with the contact. So she's going to get something for more blind people. I absolutely started filming this in photo and took a photo. I have obviously finished at the opticians, as you can tell, not wearing glasses. I have contacts in. These are new contacts. She got the brand and yeah, they feel fine. She tested my vision, all seemed good. Said they fit very well, which is good. So now I'm gonna go home, get to try these for a little bit, see how I feel, and then I guess they contact me and we order some more. Winner. So it is the next day now, and I kind of just wanted to finish off this video. I've had a really lazy day after that. I haven't really done basically anything at all, which is good. I do need a bit of a chill out day. I just wanted to show you the latest paint by numbers I've been working on. You can see there's one behind me on this wall, and there's one on, I don't know which way I'm turning the camera. There's one on that wall, and there's one in the hallway. There we go. So I did used to get these all the time for when I was on the ships. They were really good for just when I had nothing else to do, like we had no internet access and that kind of thing. And I had this one that I hadn't done yet. So I'm trying to get it done. So that's then all of the paintings done. It's just taking a little bit of time. Let me show you what I mean. So this is actually quite a famous painting. It's one of, I'm not sure if it's Van Gogh or Van Gogh or however you pronounce that name. It's called something like Terrace Cafe on Street Nighttime something or other. It's a really, I found it literally by googling Cafe Street Paris painting and it came up. But like it's really very small and the numbers are like, what the, why do I buy these paintings? This one that's up here, if my camera focuses, was also an absolute headache, and I decided to do the same thing and buy another headache. However, introducing John's lamp. Watch how much easier, I don't know if you can even tell on camera, but like without the light and then with the light, it's just much clearer for me to see all of the numbers. So I've been cracking on with it these past couple of days, and maybe it'll be done in the next, I don't know, year or so, you know. But I'm gonna end the video here. Do have an exciting weekend next weekend, going camping for the very first time with John's dad, and I think his sister's going, and some of the sort of family friends that always go camping. I've never been camping in Canada before. I've been in a caravan in the UK. Pretty sure it's not going to be the same kind of thing. I think me and John are in a tent, whereas his dad is, they do have a trailer, but it's not going to be comfortable for us to be in the trailer with everybody else that's going. It's not going to really work out. So that's fine that we're in a tent. I've definitely not been in a tent since I was about 15. So it's going to be an experience. So I'm definitely going to film while I'm out there, and I might have to wait till we come back to post everything because I feel like there's not going to be a lot of internet access. We're not going super far away, maybe an hour or so, but yeah, I'll film as much as I can and then I'll show you guys. That will be next week. But yeah, for now, thank you for watching. Speak to you soon.